Welcome to IFS Insights and Meditations, a podcast that explores the intersection of internal family systems and faith and spirituality. I'm your host, Tim Fortescue, and today I'm going to delve into the topic of IFS and meditation. Internal family systems, or IFS, is an innovative and powerful therapeutic approach that helps individuals understand and heal their internal parts or internal family within their system. And by recognizing and nurturing the different aspects of ourselves, we can cultivate inner harmony and self-compassion. And today I'm going to look just a bit and explore how meditation can be used as a supportive practice within the framework of IFS. Let's start with a brief overview of internal family systems and the core concepts. IFS, or Internal Family Systems, is a therapeutic approach developed by Dr. Richard or Dick Schwartz, and it suggests that our minds are composed of various parts or subpersonalities, each with its own unique thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. And these parts can sometimes conflict with one another and contribute to our inner struggles. So here's how meditation comes into play in the context of IFS. Meditation can be an invaluable tool in the practice of this model. When we meditate, we cultivate present moment awareness, non-judgment, and self-compassion, and these qualities align quite well with the principles of IFS. And by incorporating meditation into the IFS framework, we can deepen our understanding of our parts and strengthen our connection to the self. And through regular meditation, we develop the capacity to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting entangled in them. And this allows us to create a spacious and compassionate inner environment, enabling us to engage with our parts more effectively and more grounded with aspects like calmness and curiosity. Let me give you some meditation practices that can support the work of IFS. The first one is mindful self-compassion. This practice involves directing loving kindness and compassion toward ourselves. And by cultivating self-compassion, we create a nurturing environment for our parts to express themselves without judgment. Number 2, parts meditation. In this practice, we bring awareness to specific parts of ourselves and engage in a dialogue with them. And we can visualize our parts, give them a voice, and explore their needs, their fears, and desires. And this helps foster understanding and empathy within our internal system, and it helps us build trust. And then the final suggestion is loving kindness meditation. And this can also be known as metta meditation. You may have heard that. But this practice involves offering loving kindness to ourselves, our parts, and others. And it helps dissolve inner conflicts and promote harmony among our various aspects, both internally and externally. So how do you integrate IFS and meditation into your daily life? How do I integrate it? Well, first, I would suggest setting aside a dedicated time for meditation practice. And it can be as little as a few minutes a day. But consistency is key. And on a personal note here, I understand the struggle with consistency. And so try to be gentle with yourself and welcome those parts that may have resistance to that. But get into a rhythm. Be consistent, even just a minute or two a day if you can. And it's also generally helpful to find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. And settle into a comfortable position. Bring your attention to your breath or another anchor. Maybe it's a word of your choice. And as you practice, invite curiosity and kindness toward any parts that arise during the meditation. And outside of formal meditation, you can also bring an attitude of mindfulness and self-compassion in your daily activities. And I don't know, but if you're like me and you have kids, there are lots of opportunities to pause and outside of formal meditation and to be mindful and to be compassionate to myself and to others. And whenever you notice a part becoming activated or experiencing inner conflict, take a pause if you can and connect with your breath and allow the space for self-reflection and inquire into the needs and concerns of that particular part. And this doesn't have to take long. Sometimes just the awareness to pause and be mindful can be very helpful. And as a final thought, I want to emphasize the importance of seeking support from a trained IFS practitioner. And you can always check out my website, faithfullygrowing.com. In addition, the IFS Institute has a list of trained providers there. And these providers can help with guidance, holding space as you explore, and help you navigate any challenges that may arise. I know meeting with my own practitioner on a regular basis has been extremely helpful for me. And then remember, the goal of IFS and meditation is not to eliminate or suppress our parts, but to cultivate a harmonious relationship with them. It's about developing the capacity to listen, understand, and honor the needs of our internal system. But I want to thank you again, to you and to all your parts, for joining me. I hope you found these pointers on IFS and meditation enlightening and inspiring. And remember, cultivating self-awareness and self-compassion can lead to profound personal growth and healing. Just take it one day at a time and be gentle and compassionate with yourself. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review and share it with others. And know that you can find more about me and my coaching practice by visiting faithfullygrowing.com. And finally, if you're on Facebook and you'd like to continue the conversation, I invite you to join my Facebook group. And you can join that at faithfullygrowingwithtimfortescue.com. But until we meet again, take care of yourself and stay curious if you can. And if you can't, try to welcome the parts that struggle with being curious too.